network just made a move that could completely change its future, and almost nobody is talking about what this really means. Why millions of users are still focused on price predictions and viral hype? The Pico team is clearly cleaning the entire ecosystem behind the scene. Apps are disappearing, projects are getting removed, and one controversial topic is suddenly creating massive tension inside the community. The GCV narrative. Some people angry. Others believe this is the smartest thing Pi has ever done. But here is the real question. Is Pi Network preparing for something much bigger than most people realize? Over the last few days, several important updates started appearing around the Pi ecosystem, and together they reveal a very clear direction. The first major update is connected to wallet security and the upcoming protocol V23 upgrade. According to recent reports, Pi Wallet may soon introduce advanced transaction protection features like Face ID and fingerprint authentication. At first glance, this sounds like a normal security improvement. But if you look deeper, this update is much more important than people think. Because when a crypto project starts training payment security at this level, it usually means one thing: they are preparing for large-scale real-world users. The Pico team is reportedly entering the final stage of protocol V23, and many insiders believe this is not just another routine update. This could become the foundation for Open Mainnet expansion, smarter ecosystem controls, faster applications, and more stable wallet transactions. In simple terms, Pi Network is trying to evolve from a community mining experiment into a professional digital economy, and that transition changes everything. But here is where things become controversial. At the same time, THDS security and infrastructure upgrades are happening. Pi Network has started removing applications connected to exaggerate value claim and speculative behavior. One app after another has clearly disappeared from the broader ecosystem. First, a project connected to a bank Pi discussions vanished. Now another application supporting extreme GCV narrative has reportedly been delisted at Yale. And this is where the entire community is divided. Many pioneers strongly believe in GCV, the global consensus value concept created by part of the community. They see Pi as a future high-value digital currency capable of transforming global commerce. But according to recent ecosystem actions, the Pico team seems to be distancing itself from a new platform that aggressively promotes unrealistic valuations, financial manipulation, or speculative hype. That is a huge signal. Because if the core team truly supports the public GCV claim officially, THDS apps probably would not be removed. Instead, Pi Network appears to be moving towards something more controlled, rigorous, and utility-driven. And honestly, this might be exactly what the project needs for long-term survival. Think about it logically. Any crypto ecosystem that wants to survive globally cannot operate entirely on hype. Eventually, regulators arrive. Governments pay attention, financial laws become stricter, and projects that ignore compliance usually collapse under pressure. Pi Network seems to understand that very clearly. So instead of allowing uncontrolled speculation to dominate the ecosystem, they are trying to clean the environment before full Open Mainnet adoption expands further. Some users are frustrated because they stake coin into THDS applications believing they were part of Pi's future. But according to recent discussions, users are still expected to receive THDS locked back after staking period end. So this situation is less about punishment and more about ecosystem filtering. Pi Network is essential sending a message: if an application follows the rules, delivers real utility, and supports long-term sustainability, it can stay. If it creates misleading narrative or financial risk, it may eventually disappear no matter how popular it becomes. And honestly, that is how serious ecosystems operate. This also connects directly to the third major updates surrounding utility expansion inside the Pi ecosystem. New discussions are focusing heavily on verified businesses, KIC integrations, smart contract, Pi-based commerce, and future decentralized applications connected to the upcoming V23 rollout. The vision becoming clearer now is that it does not want to remain just another speculative token traded on exchange. The real goal appears to be building a digital economy where people actually use Pi for goods, service, transactions, and applications. That difference is massive. Right now, most crypto projects depend almost entirely on speculation. Price move because of hype, fear, influencers, or market manipulation. But Pi Network seems to be aiming for something different, real transactional demand. If future eventually be product, asset service, Pi businesses use decentralized app and interacts through Pi wallets directly, then the ecosystem creates organic value through utility instead of poor speculation. And if Ravidan actually succeeds, Pi Network could become one of the largest utility-based crypto ecosystems ever built. That is why Protocol V23 matters so much. This update is not only about faster performance or technical improvements. It might represent the transition point where begins transforming from a community waiting for value into a functioning digital economy generating value through real-world users. Of course, none of which guarantees success. The project still faces huge challenges. Open Mainnet expectations are extremely high. Many users remain impatient. Critics continue attacking the project daily. And the crypto market itself is unpredictable. But one thing is becoming increasingly obvious. Pi Network is trying to position itself for long-term survival instead of short-term hype. And that strategy could either become its greatest strength or its biggest threat. Because in crypto, building hype is easy. Building a sustainable ecosystem is much harder. The next few months may determine which path Pi Network ultimately follows.